Welcome to Awakened Pursuit. In this 10-part series, we'll journey through my personal story of how ignoring God's guidance in relationships led me down a path I never expected. Through moments of hesitation, missed signs, and choices rooted in disobedience, I learned firsthand the emotional and spiritual consequences of straying from God's plan. But as you'll see, there is always hope, healing, and restoration when we turn back to Him. This series is a heartfelt call to consider God's voice in every decision, especially in our relationships, and to understand the life-changing importance of obeying His guidance rather than following our own desires. My prayer is that this series will encourage you to spend more time with God, building a relationship that brings real peace, purpose, and joy, rather than chasing temporary gains. Let God guide your path instead of focusing only on material pursuits. He knows the plans He has for you, and they're full of promise and fulfillment. If this resonates with you, please subscribe to Awakened Pursuit and click the bell icon for notifications so you won't miss any part of this journey. Let's walk together in faith, obedience, and the freedom that only God can provide.
Fear God alone, let worship rise. Serve His purpose, open your eyes. Awaken hearts, pursue what's true. I'm waiting here to be with you. Spend time with me, don't rush away. I'm here to walk with you each day. I don't need riches, don't need gold, just hearts that seek, just hands to hold.
Emotional impact on victims of manipulative relationships. The daily struggle feels like being trapped in a constant emotional whirlwind. One moment, you're being praised, your worth and abilities celebrated. The next, you're bombarded with criticism, as if everything you've done is wrong, no matter how hard you try. This cycle leaves you grappling with cognitive dissonance, where the love and care you once received seem impossible to reconcile with the cruelty you now face. You're left questioning, is this my fault? Did I change? You wake up every day unsure of who you'll face. Will it be the adoring partner who cherishes your every word? Or the cold, indifferent one who picks apart every detail of your life? The emotional confusion is overwhelming. You might begin to feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to avoid any comment or action that could trigger the change. As a result, your self-esteem begins to erode. Then you start second-guessing yourself, your decisions, your looks, your career choices. At work, you might begin to notice that the praise you once received has become silence or sharp critique. Your confidence in your abilities falters, like you disagree or misinterpret compliments, because now you are feeling it's not genuine, or just another manipulation tactic to keep you compliant. People around will notice your withdrawal and change in demeanor, but you struggle to explain why you feel so lost. In social gatherings, you often feel like an outsider. You put on a smile, but you're still haunted by the devaluing words or actions from your partner. Every time you see someone enjoying a genuine conversation, you feel a pang of void and loneliness. You might begin to avoid social settings, fearing that others will see the pain you're trying to hide. Physical symptoms of this stress appear: insomnia, headaches, constant fatigue, and you wonder why your body feels like it's giving up on you. You're so consumed by the emotional turmoil that even your body is reacting in exhaustion. Social impact. Your friendships suffer. The manipulator isolates you, either subtly or overtly, making you feel guilty for spending time with others. Over time, you find yourself pulling away from people who once mattered to you, feeling increasingly disconnected and distant. You try to explain your struggles, but it's hard for others to understand the invisible battles you're facing. You begin to feel like a shadow of who you once were.
Just hands to hold.
The Bible calls us to freedom, to live lives marked by peace, love, and joy, not by confusion and emotional turmoil. In 1 Corinthians 10:13, God assures us, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear." This verse reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. God is with us and will provide a way out of toxic situations. Psalm 34:18 declares, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." God sees your pain. He cares about your emotional and physical well-being, and He wants to heal your heart. When we allow Him to lead us, He will guide our paths and remove the burden of toxic relationships from our lives.
See, it's time you spend your time with me.
God is calling you to spend time with Him, to seek His guidance, and to find healing in His presence. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us of His good plans for our future. "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord, "plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." God is faithful to direct our paths, and when we submit to Him, He will lead us to relationships that align with His will and purpose for our lives. He desires to bring you into a future where you are loved, respected, and at peace. If you find yourself trapped in a toxic relationship, take the first step toward freedom. Seek God's guidance, lean on His word, and trust in His plan. Your healing begins with Him. In our next video, we will discuss breaking soul ties and finding freedom. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay connected with us as we walk this journey together.